Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Gang. We've actually covered most of the content. In this lesson, I'll talk about a communication modification issue. Let me give you an example. Take this podcast we have now. I want to modify it to a format that can be published to the Unreal Engine marketplace. For instance, I just modified this podcast, but I think it's better not to modify it this way. I feel there might be some problems with this approach. Anyway, it's more or less the same. Let's just not modify it. Anyway, let's just look at a plugin directly. Just look at the plugin directly. This plugin is the one that can be published to the Unreal Marketplace. And its standard description is right here. You see, we have some WeChat Blue, but actually it's still quite different because it doesn't have underration. You will find, because even though you do it this way here, if you package it through this plugin, this problem will occur. This problem will occur. Let me show you. There are quite a lot of details here. I can only explain whatever comes to mind. Okay, let's just open one here. You can see, actually in this place, if we do it this way, you can see, this derivation was not added by me. It was added after I packaged it. These things will revert to default. Like this. So it's still okay. Should be no problem. Anyway, this is how uproject is written, and this is the supported whitelist. We need to write this ourselves. And what needs to be noted is this, that is, every file here needs to have this header file. Then, if you include a third-party library, you will find that we have a seller party here. It is written in the same way as the engine. We have a dedicated module here to describe some relevant information about third-party libraries. Here, we are using the engine's third-party SL module. You cannot get the full version of this plugin, but you can download it on GitHub. Many of you have probably used this version on GitHub because the GitHub version is actually just a stripped-down version. It just doesn't provide that many features. You can see, actually, it's the same. You can see here, NJV5.3. Now, this is what I packaged. After verification, you can actually change the version here. It can be used in other versions. Then regarding the master's part here, we can see here, actually there should be no problem, and the third party will talk about it later. Because explaining it requires combining it with actual code. Explaining it now would be, actually, everyone is a bit confused. Then, let me tell you secretly. Actually, this plugin of mine does being used in pure blueprint. Just turn this off. Turn off this enable by default. Turn off instead. Many plugins don't support pure blueprint usage because their plugin modules have loading order issue. That is, the plugin hasn't loaded yet, but it's already looking for this plugin. You just need to adjust this part. Then let's use this to do a simple demonstration. Okay, good. Let me think if there's anything I haven't covered. I created a blank project here. This is AC++1. Created the wrong one. I should have created a blueprint one. Let me create it again. I recreated a BP demo here. Then let's create a new level here. Same old routine. We don't need to write anything here. We'll just place a man directly. Then in project 5.3, we'll do it in project 30. Then let's go get the plugin code now. The plugin code, actually, you can download it directly here. Let's see how best to download it. It should be possible to download it like this. This is too troublesome. I'll just use my Git. In my local projects, I'll just copy it over. Boss, I really didn't know this thing was hard to download. It took ages to download. It should be this one here. These are all consistent. Then let's just copy this over. Then this Chinese text needs to be deleted. Why did I write this Chinese text in the first place? Mainly because... Mainly because some friends, they might just not read it. They just click directly. I have no choice. I can only write this Chinese text here. And this plugin is used like this. Just write a plug like this. Plug. Then we paste it over and just remove the Chinese name. We write a... This should be fine. Actually, using the plugin like this does have some issues. Because I installed this plugin in the engine. For example, if there is a plugin in the project, most of the time, like this, it won't cause problems. That is, if both the project and the engine have this plugin, it usually takes the project as the standard. But the problem arises when there is a version difference of the same plugin between the project and the engine. Then some strange bugs will occur. Okay, then here we need to change this. Let's demonstrate it first. We need to change it to true for him. Okay, then after we change it to the wrong one, we just need to restart the project. Let's restart the project now. This place may require us to rebuild. This place is more troublesome. Then just let it rebuild. That's fine. It's mainly because we copied this plugin over. It doesn't have the intermediate binary files. Right, because I can't upload binary files on GitHub. Right, these DLLs need to be generated. At this point, you need to have the U++ environment. Yes, that's why we sometimes emphasize it's best to develop using a C++ project. It's fine if you write pure blueprint, but you need to develop with a C++ project because that's the only way to ensure maximum compatibility with the engine. Because with pure blueprint, many times you'll miss a lot of things and run into problems. Then we have this plugin here. You can see, let's just drag a node randomly. For this plugin, we drag a text-to-speech node. Okay, then we don't need to write any code at all. It will prompt that this field is not empty. See, just ignore it. Then we package it over here. Let's make a build. Build. Then we put it into the save directory. This build should be pretty fast because I use version 5.3 quite often. Actually, I don't recommend using 5.3 yet, 5.4, because I feel there are some issues with this version. It changed too many things. And it seems they're also releasing 5.4.4 now. Not sure when it will come out, because I saw in the source code repository, oh, the build is done, and it's so fast. Yeah, so fast. Then, let's go find this file, okay? Saved here. Okay, let's launch this Windows. Hey, what's this fatal error? How could the Plectron U Jogang wrote have a fatal error? This isn't my fault. This is because of the engine. Its mechanism works like this. Then let's try another way. Let's set up a log here. Set up a log so you can see. Otherwise, when you can't see anything, we'll have failed. We failed here. Let's record the failure reasons. Then set the time to 100 seconds. Okay. Then let's run this test again for convenience of testing. Okay, good. Okay, so what do we need to do now? Let's modify this plugin setting here. Mark has changed it. Boss. Okay, now let's start it again. Then what do we need to do now? Let me think about it. We usually install the patcher here, and this is our trial version. This is version 2.4, no problem. And actually, if you type xiaogang here, xiaogang, you will see that it seems to be blocked by the engine here. Just ignore it. Let's click the check mark. Okay, then let's restart. Now let's package it again. There are no issues when we launch it now. You can see we are packaging it again. Let's just put it here. Now comes the moment of truth. Let me tell you, this knowledge is basically nowhere to be found on the entire internet. You can search through domestic and international websites. After searching for a long time, you might find a small hint. And then you'll realize this thing can actually be solved this way. Not amazing. Packaging this part takes a bit longer. It takes a little while. Please wait a moment. The prompt here is because on some updated content, you can ignore this, or if you want to handle it, you can adjust the relevant this build or target.cs, some module settings inside. You can see that our packaging is also fine. This plugin supports packaging for Android and Windows. There is no doubt about that. It has been verified. Okay, good. Next, it's time to witness the miracle. You can see. Wow, it succeeded. And there is a ringing log in the top left corner. Amazing, right? You really can't find this knowledge anywhere on the internet. I'm telling you, it's very hard to find, okay? But many times it's not caused by this. Many times it's this plugin. there's something wrong with what's written inside it. This plot card might not even give you these things. It might not even give you this file. It's the source code. It doesn't give you any code at all. It only gives you these spellers, internet media. Then you might only be able to use it in the editor. Then it can't be packaged. Or he did some methods. After processing with some means, he deleted all those header files for you. Deleted all the header files for you, right? And only kept this CPP. Deleted the source files for you. Deleted all the private files. Deleted all the private files. Only kept the public files. And then provided you with this DLL. Then it can still be used. It can still be packaged, but there's no way to recompile. Okay, then in these lessons, I have presented a very core piece of knowledge for everyone. Then next, actually this chapter is finished. We mainly want to show you the communication and modifications. Yes, regarding communication and modifications. We can just look here. I saved some files for you back then. This image is not our focus, but some of the knowledge it contains is very important. So here I will spend a bit of time explaining it. Okay, this is a PDF of an email he returned. First, our name includes UEC. This involves some third-party copyright issues. And this issue is because we wrote in Chinese, just wrote in Chinese. There is Chinese in this image. These are the issues. Okay, let's look at the second time. The second time, this is from a long time ago. And here, in our description, we wrote the English incorrectly. Just use Yao. Translate. Honestly, translate sentence by sentence. There won't be any problems. Don't just think on your own. Don't assume your English is very strong. Just write it yourself. I wrote it myself. Then after writing, there were mistakes. Honestly, it's been a long time fixing them. And here it means you need to just provide English translations and the English official website. Anyway, that's the general idea. It's more or less the same as what we talked about earlier. Alright, this chapter ends here. And thank you all very much for learning. Then we'll put some more knowledge into the next chapter. That is how to package a third-party library plugin. Because this involves more coding knowledge, so we still need to split it into two parts to explain. This course will only cover a little bit of Slate. It will not cover editor development, because editor development is not really beginner intermediate content. Editor development is intermediate advanced content. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you everyone.